And here we are, our Love Cape Ann podcast. I think we're into the November edition already. Boy, time is flying. I'm Ken Reel, CEO of the Cape Ann Chamber of Commerce. And with me again today is...
Carrie McKenna, Cape Ann Chamber of Commerce.
And Pat Slade, I'm the president of the Cape Ann Chamber this year.
Very good. Welcome back, ladies. Let's talk a little bit about the fall. Fall is marching through pretty quickly. And we'll take a quick look back at September. September was a very busy month for us, as it seems like they all are. Oh,
yes.
Did I jump back too far?
Yes, in October.
The time is really flying by. Let's talk about October.
Month. We started out with the $25,000 game.
Boy, that's always a good time.
It was great.
Yeah.
We sold out all the tickets going in. We sell 500 tickets, all sold. And
Packed.
we literally give away half
Yes.
of that evening, $25,000 in one night. It's pretty
great.
amazing. It's the biggest giveaway on Cape Ann, of which I am aware.
Yes.
It is. Yeah.
It was packed
Yeah.
at the Gloucester House.
Yep.
Um,
And they put on
great
a
participation and a great meal.
Great meal, all included in the
Yes.
price of the ticket, which is nice as well.
And the big winner walked away with $10,000.
$1,000.
I think he was
That's
pretty happy.
that is a big
Yes,
check.
very
He was
happy.
very happy.
Extremely
I remember signing
happy.
it, taking some pictures with him.
Yes.
Good.
That was a fun
Very
night.
good.
That was fun. And then the following week, we had Nancy Frady's come speak for our annual Businesswomen's Fall Luncheon. We had it at the Rockport Hotel this year. And Nancy Frady's is the mom of Pete Frady's, who's brought ALS to a whole different level of exposure with the Ice Bucket Challenge. And she has quite a compelling story.
She did.
She was incredible.
And along with raising money, which most people know about the Ice Bucket Challenge, she really educated people about what ALS was and how the Ice Bucket Challenge, the money that was raised, has brought research and a spotlight on ALS, and they've made some strides. They've, before they only identified one gene, and now with this money, they've been able to identify 4 genes, and they brought some medication over from Japan, and it's impressive with the results of that medication, and
Really,
it was quite a story.
Thing. It's quite a family too. They pulled together to make this happen, and they
did.
really are making it happen.
And what's so great is that she and the family is just like us. They're just like our neighbors. And this happened to Pete, and the family pulled together, through Pete really kind of motivating them, and Nancy and her husband just took this on completely, raising over $200 million.
Yeah, well over 200.
Yes.
I mean, well over 200.
And saying that it was the most popular post on
Facebook.
Right. Facebook got in touch
By
with
10
them,
times. No, by
what's
10
going on?
times.
Yeah.
By 10
remarkable.
times.
Yeah.
It was.
It really was great, but
So it's an amazing lunch.
Yeah.
Sell out, and just a remarkable story.
Yeah, the committee did a great job.
yep, it's a good job on that one. And then we had plein air, Cape Ann plein air.
Another big one.
A week of
This-
actually 9 days, wasn't it?
Year 3,
painting and-
yep.
yeah.
Year 3 kicked off at the Essex Shipbuilding Museum, which was so much fun and such a great place to paint. And then we had artist exhibits, and also we had dinners set up for the artists every day. And then the grand gala sale was on the Saturday. And this year we did it at North Shore Art Association.
Yeah.
Last 2 years it's been at Rockport Art. And then the following day we do a quick draw where anybody, all the locals, can participate. And 2 hours. There's a starting whistle. You got 2 hours to paint and an ending whistle,
That's
and
really
then
fun.
everybody bring the paints. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And there were over 100 painters who did that, in addition to many of the plein air artists.
That's great.
So it ended up being a wonderful week. The weather was mixed, which frankly I thought the artists would be a little uncomfortable with,
Yeah.
but they like it because they, even when
Different
it's
light,
overcast,
yeah.
as long as it's not raining,
Yeah.
it's flat light, and they get a whole different perspective with that. So they were very pleased, and they loved the area, they loved the event, and Cape Ann Plein Air did really well, again, as an organization. We actually have a wrap-up meeting tomorrow night, which is going to be
And
fun.
it starts again for next year.
And so the planning starts again the following week. Yeah, it's all year long. It's quite remarkable, and so I sit on the board of this new organization called Cape Ann Plein Air. It is now a separate 501c3, and that's put together really to provide for the long-term sustainability of the event.
That's great.
So yeah, it was really
It's a
good,
very good
and
event.
we're just looking to build it every year from here.
Yeah. Great. Well, good job to that whole
Thank
crew.
you. Yeah, to the
Very
whole
good
team.
job.
Yeah.
And then we had Harvest Fest in Rockport on October 13th. and that was
Big
an
day.
interesting day.
The weather was not perfect.
Yeah.
You know, it started out
So
a little
hard.
dreary. Turnouts were still good.
Yeah.
You know, I was there for an hour kind of walking around, and we were supporting the event. We had a table there. We also had the Cape Ann license plate there and talking about that. And in the afternoon, the sun started to poke through, you know, and it really turned out to be a nice afternoon.
Yeah.
It just took a little while to get there.
Yeah.
That's an amazing
It
event.
seems like it's been that way for a number of
Yeah.
events this year. The weather.
The weather, yeah. I think
Just-
Carrie and I have
yes.
PTSD.
Yes.
And how many apps do you have on your phone that you look
I have
at? We
5.
sort of take an average
Right.
of 5 different forecasts.
I have my favorite now, so it's my go-to. But yeah,
That's true.
It's hard. It's hard doing these outdoor festivals.
It
and,
really
yeah.
is. But the
But the
next
good
weekend,
news-
yes, go ahead.
The good news is people keep coming back. So before we get to the next weekend,
Oh.
in between there, we had the Business After Hours at Rockport
Mm-hmm.
Art Association and Museum, and that was great. That's such a beautiful
It
little
was.
spot in Rockport.
Yeah.
And they were just getting going with their new exhibit, and they actually had just spent like the whole day putting it up so it would be ready for us. And it was great. It was
Yeah,
very
we had-
nice.
we had a
Very
really
nice
good
crowd there,
turnout.
and,
Mhm,
yeah,
we did have a
it
good
was-
turnout.
It was very nice.
Good opportunity for the organization to show off what
Yeah.
they do to people who don't normally get there.
Yeah.
It does. And it's an incredible space.
It is, and there were a lot of people there saying, "I've never been
I've
there
never
before,"
been
and
there.
they had no idea that there was that back room to
Right.
it, and it's really quite a space. It's great, very good. Louise, our volunteer, our star volunteer, was telling me that back in the day she used to do dances there on Saturday night. They put
really?
yeah, they'd dance
Wow.
away on that wood floor.
Quite a change.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine that now.
Yes.
Where it's
Yes.
set up.
And then that Saturday was Clam Fest in Essex on October 20th, and that was great. We had over 1,000 people come through the clam chowder line and vote for their favorite. And
They did.
this year's winner was a double winner, double star for both the People's Award and the Judges Award, Winwood Grill in Essex. So that's only happened 5 times in 36 years.
Yeah.
So that's quite an honor.
It really
This
is.
was my first year as the judge.
That's right.
That's right.
You were
I
the
was
judge.
intimidated in the beginning, the pressure, but it ended up being a lot of fun.
Yeah,
It really is a good
Always
time.
is.
that's great.
And the weather
And the
turned
chowder
out
was
nice.
great.
Yeah, the chowder was good.
It turned out to be a good afternoon.
It did.
Yeah.
It started a little bit shaky. It was a little cold and a couple of
Windy.
drizzles, a couple of raindrops, but that went away. And windy. You're
And
right. We
windy.
actually lost one vendor
Yeah.
because of the wind,
Yeah.
but everybody else was able to stay, and
Yeah.
it just turned into a beautiful afternoon.
Yeah,
It's
it was.
perfect.
And I think the vendors did well. The vendors I spoke with thought that the shopping crowd was very nice. And we did things a little different this year. We had Uncharted Waters.
Yes.
Pete Silver, Chief Silver's band played. And they were the only live music. Beyond that, we just had the DJ. And I think that turned out very nice.
Yeah.
I think that was quite enjoyable,
Yeah.
the mix that he played. And
It's such a community event. I'd love
It
to see
is.
the families with the kids out, and the kids
It's
were playing
true.
on the playground
Yeah.
there.
It's a perfect location.
It really is.
Perfect.
It is. Yep, so that was a lot of fun. And then the Tourism Collaborative happened
Yeah.
that following
Yep,
week.
yep. The Cape
This
Ann
last
Chamber co-hosted with Discover Gloucester, and we had about 60 people there. It was a really good turnout at Castle Manor Inn. This is the second year in a row now that we're starting to look at data to better understand, how do visitors, how are the visitor numbers one year compared to other years. And you can start to see some trends, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
And that allows us to better, direct our marketing efforts as to how we want to increase
Right.
our visitation over the summer. But also, we're really marketing Cape Ann as a year-round destination.
Yeah.
And that's what's particularly exciting going forward, is into the shoulder seasons and even the dead of winter here. How do we market Cape Ann as a visitor destination? So there's a lot of good stuff going on.
Yeah, it was good. It was great. And then there was the education caucus last week, was it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Was last week or the week before,
that
I
was a
think.
couple of weeks ago, and then we did a Cape Ann caucus last week. Yeah.
Cape Ann Caucus. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
was the Cape Ann
yep.
Caucus.
So the Cape Ann Chamber has a couple of forums where we meet with our state and local elected leaders, and one of them is the Cape Ann Caucus. We do that twice a year, and this year we're at the Legion.
We were in Manchester by the Sea.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a good venue for it. And so we had our state reps there, and our local elected leaders, business leaders, and also education leaders were there. And we talk about issues and opportunities regionally across Cape Ann. So it's
For
not,
collaboration.
exactly right. So how does Essex work with Manchester and Rockport and
Right.
Gloucester and on different things? And there are some regional services that are shared already. The veterans are
Right.
doing work across the communities. as are some shared services with in our public safety
Right.
areas, and there's more opportunity there. So it's very good discussion, and we look forward to continuing to do that.
And we say that, that's what the purpose of the meetings are. And it's great to see at the end of the meetings, the school people getting together, the superintendent sitting side by side and chatting about their issues, and the people from the police force getting together. And so it's working.
Yeah, exactly.
So
right, Pat.
it's great.
Yeah.
And then on to November. Woohoo!
That was just October.
Yes.
That's right. So we'll be kicking off the holidays for this month, and that will include a new window decorating contest in downtown Gloucester. on
Indeed.
Main
That
Street.
will be
Indeed.
fun.
Yeah, it turns out there's also one going on in Essex, so it's really interesting. The communities kind of came up with this same idea in a different way, which is fun.
Be
And
kind of fun, make it fun to get down there and
Right.
vote
Right.
for your favorite. And
it seems like Santa comes to Cape Ann earlier and earlier,
earlier.
every year.
I know.
So it's the Saturday after Thanksgiving is
The
when
24th
Santa
comes to
arrives
Gloucester.
in Gloucester, the
First one,
24th, on the Christmas parade.
Not by turkey, though.
not by turkey.
Unbelievable. It
And
just
then-
seems so early.
Right, it does.
And then on Sunday is the tree lighting over at Kent Circle
Yeah, right.
off the boulevard. But before that, we have some events going on with the chamber. We have next week a businesswomen's mixer at Drift, which is
That'll be
really
fun.
cool. I hope he still has the skeletons up.
Yes.
because It's like so
What
creative.
great decorations.
That
It really
they
is.
are.
Yeah. It's
Using your
so good.
imagination. That's
Yeah, those
fantastic.
guys have really nailed it between the windows and the music that they have there week in and week out, and now the skeletons.
Yeah,
They're just
it's really fun.
nailing it. Business After Hours this month will be in Essex on the 14th at Ripple, which is the taking over.
Yes.
the
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Finally,
We're
everybody is waiting for
we
those
are
doors to
waiting
open.
for Ripple.
It's going to
yes.
be fun.
And we had a division meeting there a few weeks ago, so we know he's close. Tom
Yes.
Reardon is a great guy, and he wants to open it as much or worse than everybody else.
Yeah, sure.
And so he'll be ready to go. It's really going to be good to have everyone come in there and see what he's
Yeah,
done with the
it'd be
place.
nice,
It looks
nice
wonderful.
way to introduce him to.
Perfect way to
Business
showcase the
community.
business.
Exactly.
Yep. And then we have Small Business Saturday is the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And the chamber is a neighborhood champion. So we have all of the stuff, the mats and the window clings and all the stuff that makes
tchotchkes,
it.
you
Yeah.
betcha.
Yes.
Yep. So
And
it's a buy local and get downtown and stop in at the chamber if you're a local shop owner, and we can
Exactly. Happy
gear
to
you
provide
up
the
for
stuff.
it. Yep. So then we already touched on the Gloucester tree lighting on the 25th. We have in Manchester the Lucky 9 drawing where we sell tickets for $25, and we have 9 prizes that we give out. The first one being $1,000 cash. So it's great. We only do like 100 tickets, so the odds are pretty good. We have 8 other prizes valued at least $100,
Yeah.
and it's also serves as the Chamber's Manchester Division holiday party.
Yeah.
So that's on the
Which are
29th.
always
It's a lot of
fun.
fun. And where's that going to be?
Always fun.
Is that Calais? Yeah, good.
Yep.
Did you say that?
No,
Just checking.
no. And then the next night on Friday, November 30th, is the Manchester Holiday Stroll, and we'll be at 7 Central that night.
Yes.
And strolling through downtown Manchester. And we'll have a pass book with, I don't know if there's 9 or 10 different shops on it that you go and get your pass book stamped, and then you then become eligible for a prize, which this year it's a DJI quadcopter, which is
A drone.
basically a drone. It's
A
little
drone.
Yeah, it's
picture
gonna be
taking
fun.
drone. It's very cool. It's valued at like $400. Kind of a fun gift for a child or an
is.
adult.
Or an
actually.
adult.
Yeah.
At
So
heart.
that's November.
And
It's
for the
on to
businesses
December.
on that pass book, it's a great way to showcase a business.
Oh,
And it
absolutely.
really brings a lot of people
It does.
into their stores. So it's
And people,
it's a fun night.
it's exciting. If
Yeah,
you,
exactly.
It
every
definitely is
every
exciting
year,
every year, yeah.
it definitely kicks off the season, and
Yeah.
people are out there and going, taking the time to go into each shop. You don't always have the time
Yeah.
to do that. You might go into 1 or 2 shops, but that night is dedicated to strolling.
Yeah.
So
It
you
is. It's
stroll
lovely,
up and
and-
down the streets.
Even if if people are not buying that night because they're just strolling around and seeing everything, they've made mental notes of what's there in downtown Manchester, and there's some really nice shops in
There
in
are,
Manchester,
definitely.
So we're very excited about
It's worth
this
attending
year's
for
stroll.
sure.
Yep. And then it'll be on to December, and that's going to be a whole
Wow.
other
Well,
host
for our
of
next
events.
update, we'll have to go through the full list
Yes.
of everything
Yeah.
going on. We should
Yeah.
actually try
It
to do it
is.
maybe almost like the right after Thanksgiving, because we have
Right.
other things going on in the other communities, and all the information is available on the chamber website, capeandchamber.com.
It is. It's a very busy season, so we
is.
would almost need one podcast
we need a
to,
holiday
Yeah.
update.
to do that.
We do.
Exactly.
Yes, we do.
It'd be fun to do that.
We don't want to miss anything.
Right. I mean, that will be really what the next one
Yeah.
is going to be all about. December. It's all holiday stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, it's all
And
good. So
then we
that's
go
it.
right into the
It
next
is.
year. We're 6 months into next year already with
Yeah.
our planning.
Yeah.
Right.
You're like 9 months into
Yeah.
next year.
Like 12 months, but yeah, keep going, keep going.
And our big celebration
It is.
coming up. What's the date for the celebration, Carrie?
The 27th, I believe it is, of January.
Okay, so the last
That
Saturday.
Saturday, yep.
Yeah.
Hard to believe
I
that
know,
my
Pat,
reign
can you
will be
imagine it?
over.
I know.
It's
The
been an
reign of Pat
incredible.
Slade.
It has been an incredible year for me.
been great.
We've
I
so enjoyed
really
working with you,
enjoyed
Pat.
it.
Yeah, you've been
I'm
great.
so glad, Ken, that you enjoy working with me.
It's been great. It's
I
been
told
great.
you it would be great, and it has been.
It has been.
And we'll welcome in Bruce Feldman.
Bruce Feldman.
Yep, as our incoming president, and you'll move up to chair,
I will.
which is fantastic, and a whole new set of board members coming in as well. So
Yes.
it's
It's
a
an
very nice event.
Exciting year.
Yeah.
Looking forward to
It
it.
is,
Yeah.
it is. All good, and that's it.
That is it. Well, thank you very much,
Except
ladies. Yeah.
Congratulations
Thank
to
you.
the Red Sox. And
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness!
Tonight.
Oh,
What a
We'd be
series!
remiss
Yes.
without mentioning that.
What a lot of fun.
that was a lot of fun.
I think there's a lot of
We-
tired people around Cape
I
Ann
think so.
and the North Shore.
Yep,
All right, we will see you next month.
Okay,
Thank
see you later.
that's a wrap.